Hello and welcome back to V8 TechWorks. So today we are going to continue building our application. So in the last video, we already created background services here and we talked about the lot of background services in this whole application here. So today also we are going to continue with our front end here, or the part that the user can be able to see. So for example, if I click here, you can be able to see this part, and this part is the one that we are calling front end. This is one that we are going to start creating today. So what I'm going to do, as usual, I'm going to take a line here and then cancel this part here like that, so that because this is the last part that you are going to create in our application. So also again, I'm going to come here to the terminal, and then if you check using git branch here, you'll be able to see that we have 3 branches, and right now we are in this branch that is called background services, that is highlighted using green here, and that's because we have been creating our background services. So now I'm going to create another branch. So let me create another branch here that is called front end. So let's create using git branch and then front end here, and then I'm going to for example, let me first of all see the branches that I have. You can see we have 3. Now we have 4 branches, but you can see the one that is highlighted using green, or the active branch here, is the one that is called background services. So I'm going to switch to front end here, this branch. So I'm going to add here git checkout like that. And then I'm going to specify the branch that I want to switch to. So this one that is called front end like that. If I do now git branch again, you'll be able to see that now the active branch here is the front end, and this is the one that you are working on right now. So now already you can see here the diagram, and already have explained this diagram. So if you don't understand about this diagram, you can go back. There's several videos that I have talked about how this application is working, but right now we are going to start creating now the front end, and we are going to use React, Tailwind CSS, and also we are going to use a tool that is called Vite. And Vite is very important because it will make our work easier when we are developing our application, and also for the production of the application. So it will create application very fast, and also managing it will be easier. So let's do that. I already here have opened the documentation for our, or the procedure, the documentation for how to be able to install and configure Tailwind CSS in React. So I'm going to make sure that I attach this documentation in the description of the video, so that you can go through it and install. Or also you can be able to type tailwindcss.com and then /docs/guide and then /vit, and you'll be able to see this documentation here. So I'm going to get into my code here, and you can see right now in our front end here we don't have any code. And what we are going to do here is that we are going to open the terminal. So I'm going to get here, open the terminal, so the terminal like that. And also I think I'll make I'll zoom out my VS Code, so that it will be visible. I think that's enough. And then now we can get into our front end. So let's come here, get into the front end. So this will be cd front end here like that. And then I'm going to clear my command prompt, and also I'm going to push this up here so that you can see what we are doing. So right here I'm going to copy the first command here, this one, and then I can copy it, then paste it here. But in our case here, because you can see here it has specified the project name, and already we want our project name to be just front end. So here I'm just going to add dot, because this is telling it that we are going to generate the application inside this folder or in this location. And then I can can enter, and then it will be generating my application right inside this folder here. So the other thing is that, let me see here. So yeah, you can see it is asking me if the package name should be named front end, and I'm going to enter. And then right now you can see that if you come here, you'll be able to see that there are certain files and folders that have already been generated. So if I go back here, you can be able to see the next command here is to cd into the folder, but already I'm inside the folder, so I'm not going to cd into the folder because already I'm inside that folder. So, and again here you can see how to install Tailwind CSS. So I'm going to just copy this command here like that and then paste it here, and then it is going to install here. And also other part that we are going to deal with is this one, or we are going to use this command for initializing Tailwind CSS in our application. And the last thing is that we are going to, in our tailwind.config.js file, we are going to add these 2 lines of code here inside content here. Another thing is that inside index.css, we are going to add these 3 lines of code on top of that page, and then we are going to run our application. Then here you can see how you can be able to test if Tailwind is working. So let's see if it has finished installing, and right now you can see here is still installing. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to pause the video right here, and then after it has installed everything, I'm going to continue now run this command here called npx tailwind css init.p, because this is also the command that you need to run here. And now I think now we have been left with looking at this tailwind.config.js and then add these 2 lines of code here. Already, you can just copy out of it here and then copy inside the tailwind.config.js in here. So I'm going to push this down, and here you can be able to see that we have this part here. So inside the content here, I need to add these 2 lines of code inside, and then the other part that we have been left with is this part that we need to add these lines of codes, these 3 lines of code here in index.css. So I'm going to copy them and look for index.css. It is inside the source folder here, and inside here up in this part here, we are going to add these 3 lines of code like that. And then now the last thing is just running our application right here. So let's do that now. So I'm going to save this, and another thing is that let me just run the application here or our front end. So let me do npm run dev right here, and then after that we'll be able to see that we are going to run on a different port. We are not going to run on this port, which is by default 5173, and that because the application there's this application that is already running on this port that is called 5173. So by default it will just assign another port, and this port is 5174. So I'm going to open this application on that port like that, and then you'll be able to see that we have a application here, and already you can see it is Vite plus React. So using Vite to create React application or to run, and this will make our work easier. So I'm going to close this documentation here like that, and because now we have gone through it in everything in it. So here you can be able to see this application here is about Vite and React, and if you want to run about Vite, you can be able to click on this icon here, and it will take you to the documentation of Vite and how Vite will help you to make sure that you run your application or develop your application very fast. You can see the key features is instant server start, you can see lightning fast HMI. You are going to get rich features here. You are going to get optimized build and also universal plugins, fully typed APIs. So that is the key features and also benefits of Vite, using Vite. So now what you can do is to first of all clear all this boilerplate code here. So I'm going to just push this down now, and then inside here in our app.jsx here, we are going to have to remove everything inside here because this is the one that has a boilerplate code. So let me remove everything inside here, so like that. So also we are going to remove everything inside here. So if I save this file here, so let us save it like that and then come back here, you'll be able to see that we don't have anything. It's just a blank application, but you can see we still have this dark background of which we don't want. So what I'm going to do is let me come here and inside my index.css, I'm going to remove everything here that is default like that. And then I think also I have all this code that I need to remove here like that. And then the other thing, you need to be leave these 3 lines of code inside here. And another thing is that we need to get into this called app.css, and I'm going to just remove everything here. And this is because if you check in this main.jsx here, you'll be able to see that we have this part or this file imported here, and that means that it is going to use like this css that is inside this file. So and we don't want to do that on. So now let me close this file. We are not going to use it right now. So inside here already, if we run our application now, you can be able to see it's just a blank application. So if I also come here, you'll be able to see that we can add anything that we want here. So for example, here I'm going to add home, because this will be the home page. By default, you'll be directed to home page. You can be able to see that this text is here. So if we want to test if our tailwind is working, so what we can do is that we can add a class name here, like for example text, and then 3xl, that means is to enlarge that text. And then if you hover over it, you can be able to see the font size that you have applied and also the line height that have been applied in that text. So if I come back here, you'll be able to see that my tailwind is working because this text here has become large. So also that is the way you can be able to test if tailwind is working. So also now I want to now make sure that I structure how my application will look like. So if I go back to this application that I built earlier, you'll be able to see that we have this home page here, and when you can use these links here to scroll down. And then if you are just an admin, you'll be able to scroll on the footer here, and there's a link for you. If you click this link here, you'll be able to just go to you'd be able to go to that login page. But right now, because already have a logged in as a admin, we are being directed or redirected here to this dashboard here, where you can be able also to go to this. We can use this sidebar to go to different areas. For example, where we can be able to see all donors, also for the prospects here. And so you can see kind of we need to lay out how our application will look like. Then the other thing that I want to do before even I proceed is that I need to change this title here, because you can see already it's reading with plus React. So I'm going to go into index.html right here, and you can be able to see the title here. So this one I'm going to call it Brad Bridge. So Brad and then Bridge like that. I'm going to remove the icon here. Don't want to have this icon, and you can create your own icon and add it here as CFG. So I'm going to just remove that, and when I save that and then come back, you'll be able to see that title has changed here, and we don't have any icon here. So you can just add your own icon there. So another thing that I want to do is now make sure that I lay out this part that is called or how our application will look like. So to do that, that means we need to have application that has multiple pages. And then if we try and maybe go to another page, for example, admin in our application here, we'll be able to see that we don't have any other page, because this React here is just a SPA, so single page application. So we need to use a different package to make sure that we can create a multiple page application. And the package that we are going to use is called React Router DOM. So let us install that, and that's the way we need to add that package here. So let us add another command here, and then go to the front end like that, and then here I can be able to install using npm install, and here I can add React Router DOM. So this is the package that we are going to install, and this is the reason why we called React as a library, not a framework, because you can see already we have to add some packages in order for it to do certain things like creating routes. If it is like Angular, that is a framework, because you'll find that these routes already are served in the application or inside the Angular. We could not, or we would not, if we are using React, we won't add any packages to be able to create a multiple page application. So another thing is I need to install also another package, and that is React Icons, because this will help us to be able to use icons. So let's us install that. And now, because we have a React Router DOM here, we can be able to structure our application how we want it. So to make that, to do that, I'm going to come here to this function here that is app. And up here, I'm going to make sure that I import several things. And from now, because we have installed React Router DOM, you can see it here. And then we need to get certain things. For example, router provider here, we are going to create browser router like that. And I think outlet, but for now, I don't think I'm going to add outlet right now. And here I'm going to, first thing, if you go through the documentation of React Router DOM, be able to see that the first thing that you need to do is to create a router. And then here you need to have a React Router DOM, this one. And then this is a function that accepts array. And then this side, this array, you are going to have an object that specify the path or the route, and also it is going to specify the element, which is the component or the page. So for example, here I'm going to just add the home page, of which we don't have any pages. We just only have this home page here. So I'm going to create several pages right now. So here in our source, I'm going to create components. So components here, we are going to have another folder here that is for, let me just close this. So here I'm going to also add another folder that is for pages, and this is where we are going to create pages. So inside the pages, I'm going to create another home page here. Also, I'm going to create another one here for the admin like that. And also, actually, let me just rename this, because it should have as extension of JSX. So let me rename it here. So this one is .jsx. We are going to have also another page here for the login for now. So I'm going to just create only these three pages here. And then another thing, I need to create that component as a component, and I'm going to use this shortcut here, RFCE. And this works because I have an extension that is called ES7. So if you want to use that shortcut to create your component, just come here to the extension in VS Code and then look for an extension or a plugin that is called ES7. So you can be able to see it here. So this ES7 plus React Redux, and you would be able to use this command that is called RFCE, and then you can be able to just apply that and create that application or that component. So here we need to create another page using the shortcut RFCE, and then here I can be able to create that easily. So we have these 3 pages and we want to show these 3 pages. So what we can do is that, let me save them. So save that. I'm going to save this also, and also this one, and then close them. So here I can be able to, for example, for this route here, so this is the default route or the home page. So we are going to add the home page that we have already created. And here, because I can't see the auto completion, what we are going to do is that I'm going to import it manually. So import, I'm going to import home here from now the components or the pages, sorry, and then I'm going to import the home page. Also for the others, let me import them first of all. So I'm going to import login from now the login here. So the pages and then login right there, and then here we can be able to import the last one, which is admin page, and then this one is from, let's say, from now the pages, or from the pages, and then here we have to go to this admin to import the admin. So now what we can do is that we need to specify several pages. So the first page that we need to add here, so the other page that we need to add here is for the login. So for example, we have the login here, and then for the login, I'm going to specify the login page for the element there, and also I'm going to have the other page here. So let me paste this, and here you can add admin. So and then add admin as a admin page here as an element. So like that, and now we need to add the last thing, and that is here at the return we need to return router provider. So router provider here, and then router provider here needs to be passed prop. So the prop that you need to add here or to specify here is the router. So we have already created the router, so you pass in the router here as this one here. So if I just save this, and then here you'll be able to see that we have IT loads, and you can see right now, because we are in the admin, it will be able to show you the admin. So I'm going to go to the home page, and now you can be able to see the home page. If I want to go to login, let me specify the route for the login here. You can be able to see that we are able to go to login, and if we want to go to the admin here, also you can be able to see that we can go to the admin here. So you can see how easy it is to create a multiple page using React, and this package that is called React Router DOM. So I'm going to push this down here, and also I'm going back to now from the extension to the code here. So now if you check for my case here in this application, you'll be able to see that for the home page here, we have like this part that is called home page, and the home page, you can be able to see how easy, how great it looks. Also, if I go to the admin, so I don't have like the admin, I can go to the login here, and or let me go to just admin, I think so. So if I go to the admin here, you'll be able to see that we have this part here that is dashboard here. So what we can do is that, and right here you can see it's loading data. So before it shows the pie chart here, so you can see here in the admin here, we need to have this sidebar here, and this sidebar help us to go to this or the other pages. So it is like a navigation to other pages, but you can see even if you are navigating to other pages, you need to also, you need this sidebar here that doesn't change from here. So what we are going to do is that also we need to create the layout for the admin here, for our admin. So to do that, first thing I need to create a layout. So I'm going to come here before the router. So I'm going to create a layout, So layout is just a function. So we have a function here called layout, and this layout here, we are going to create how we want the layout to look like. So I'm going to add here return. So I'm going to return first of all, and then inside here I can return a div like that, and then inside here is where I'm going to specify how I want my layout to look like. So here I'm going to add another div, so another div here, and this is where we are going to have a menu. So a menu, so let me call this a menu here, and also here we are going to have now the other part, so here I'm going to have the other parts. So this is for the admin, this layout is for the admin, and this, if we have the menu here, you can see we have the menu that we have added here. So we also need to now specify all the other pages here, because we are going to use the menu to navigate to other pages, but we cannot be able to add all the pages right here. So the thing that we are going to do is to use the outlet. So let me use outlet here from React Router DOM. And if you check up here, you can be able to see that we have imported it, this outlet here. So that signifies other pages that we are going to embed here, but the menu will just be left here. So, and then let's try and now create that layout here and add that layout here in our create browser router here. So it will be just an easy. We are going to add here after the admin, rather than us having the element here as an admin page, we are going to add as a layout like that. And then the other thing is that we are going to have inside here, we are going to have children, which are the pages that will be pages here in the admin. So this one is also children, and also children accept like the path. So we have the path here. So for the thing here, for the first thing here is we are going to have the admin as a path, and then here we can have the element. For our case here, the first here will be the admin. So admin like that. And then now if I add that layout here, so let me format my code, just simple. And then now let me see where the error is. So I have the admin here. I don't know why the admin, actually this one should be capital A there. So if I save that and then go back to my application here, you'll be able to see that when you go to the admin here, you can be able to see that we have a menu and we have the admin here. So we have created the layout for the admin, but now because we have no other pages inside the admin or the part for the admin here, you won't be able to understand. And let me create other pages that you are going to require for the admin so that you can be able to understand. For example, here we are going to have donors page, so like that, and then let's add it here. So we are going to have another page that is for prospect.jsx like that, and then we are going to use the shortcut here RFCE, and then let's use this here to create the pages. So we have these pages, and also for the donors here, let's create that page here. So as easy as that. And then here, let me just remove that. And then now if I save that and then remove this part here like that, so we have this part here. Let's add now the other pages. So I'm going to copy this and then paste it down here to add other pages. For example, now you can see these pages that we are adding. We are adding as children's through the this admin path here. So let me add, for example, this will be, so for example here we cannot just add like donors and then add donors page here. We need to add donors admin and then slash donors like that, and then here we are going to add like donors like that for the other pages. So let me just see if I can auto import it. So I don't think so. So I'm going to import it here. So import donors, and then from now the donors. So from the pages, and then donors, you can be able to see it there. We are going to import also the prospects. So let's do that. So prospects like that, from now the pages. So pages here, and then prospects. Actually this one I named as prospect rather than prospects. So I think I need to change that here. So let me change this. Here for the rename, I need to change it to prospects like that. And then also here I need to change this from prospects, I think like that. So I think that's okay now. Here I can be able now to paste the other path here. So for this one, it will be /admin, then /prospects here. So here if I come here and add the prospects, like that, now that means now it will be okay. So if I save this and then just go back here, so to the admin. So first thing, let me just go to the home page, be able to see that we have the home page. And if I go to the login here, you'll be able to see we have the login. And when I go to the admin here, I want you to notice something now, is that we have the menu and we have the admin. So if I now try to go to the donors, so let me try and go to the donors like that, be able to see now the menu is still there, and then we navigate to donors. If I go to the prospects again, so let me go to the prospects here. You can see here we have the menu and the prospect here. So that means the menu doesn't change, but the other pages changes. So if we maybe, for example, try and add here just like donors without the admin here, this won't work. So let me just try and show you here. So if I try and maybe, for example, try and go to the donors here, it will let you know that you don't have that page. So you can see it is not there. We don't have that page, and that because you need to add as admin and then donors here. This because we added here, the layout is inside this admin path here, and the other pages are independent. So if you wanted to create a layout for the admin here for the login, so you can add that here. Or if it is, for example, for the home page here, you need to create that layout here, you will come here and create that there. So I'm going to save this, and now I think because you cannot be able to see the donors page here, so let me add as a admin. And for the admin here, by default, you can see it is showing us the menu and then the admin homepage, or just the admin. And that page is this page here that we are going to style, have a sidebar here that is menu, and have this homepage here that we are calling the admin. And you can see right here on this path here. So I'm going to make sure that at least they are side by side, and to make them side by side, because you can see the menu here is just above the other pages. So right now I want them to be side by side. So to do that, just come here to the layout and specify that. So I'm going to add the class name here, and then I'm going to add flex like that. And then if I do that, come back here, you'll be able to see now they are side by side. If I try and go to the donors path here, be able to see also they are side by side. So another thing is that here we don't want to just create the menu here. We need to create that as a component. So let me create a component here that is called menu and .jsx like that. Here I'm going to add RFCE like that. Let me add the RFCE here, create that page. I'm going to remove this here. So if I save this, and then I'm going to close all these pages that I don't use right now here. So if I come back here, I can be able to import now. So let me see if I can auto import it. So menu, and already I think you can see the menu here. So I think it has been imported, or if it has not been imported, let me import it. So menu, from now we are going to import it from components, and then menu. You can be able to see now we have the menu here. So after that, now we can add the menu here. So the menu, and like that. So you can see we have the menu now. And also if I save that, also you'll be able to see that we have the menu, we have the donors here. If we go to the admin here, also you can, now we have the menu and we have the admin. So from here now we are going to continue building the home page and the other pages. So I don't want this video to be longer than this, and we are going to continue in the other video. So for now, what I want is just to push my code to GitHub. So I'm going to add git push origin, and then this time we are going to push front end, not any other pages, because right now we are working on the front end. And then I'm going to add my passphrase here, like that. And then let's see, now we have pushed the code and we have created pull request. So I can just copy this URL here for the pull request, like that, and then paste it here. This will take me direct to this repository where we are pushing our code. And then you'll be able to see that the pull requests, and if it is not working right here, let me go back here, and I can go to the repos. And for the repos, I can just go to full stack Brad donation here, and see if we have any notification. So right now, because we don't have any notification, it is good. We have pushed our code, and if I also come back here, you'll be able to see that we have also for the insight here and network, you'll be able to see how we are creating our application. So now that is good now. So what we are going to do is to just end the video here. So remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel, like this video, and also turn on the notification bell so that you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So have a great day. See you on the next video.